This is Savage W, MMA fan, back with another video. This will be my breakdown and my prediction for the fight of Alexa Grasso versus Maycee Barber. So the first thing for Alexa Grasso in this fight is she needs to utilize leg kicks, preferably to the calf, but thigh leg kicks work as well. I think she has the speed advantage over Maycee Barber. So she should be able to hurt her good with the kicks. But the one thing that I'm a little concerned about is if she throws too many of these damn air kicks or a quick spin around kick, I feel that what's going to happen to her is that she's going to have a problem recovering after she does the shit and will be left open. But then again, I still like the whole prospect of her doing leg kicks. Maybe a few body kicks will help as well. Now, in terms of the striking, I mean, it's almost no comparison. I mean, whether it's overhand rights, the speed of the punch, jabs. I want to pause here for a minute. Grasso's jab is going to be a very big key factor in this fight. Her ability to stick that jab out and keep Maycee Barber at bay when she wants to come in there and try to bull rush is very important. So, for Grasso's sake, she needs to keep that jab consistent, and she needs to be defensively responsible in this fight. Again, the striking, the Superman punch. Again, the jab. Everything needs to be in full effect in this fight. I feel that if Grasso fights her fight and comes in here with a, no take prisoners attitude, if she come in here fuck it, I'm about to shut this Cabbage Patch Kid the fuck down. Know what I'm talking about? I really think she has this fight. And my final point about Grasso, she may want to consider at least the threat of a takedown. At least the threat of the takedown because, Maycee's talking a lot of stuff about how she's going to do to her what Tatiana Suarez was able to do to Grasso. And honestly, I think that's laughable. I seriously doubt that Maycee's ground game, unless she proves us wrong, is anywhere near the level of Tatiana Suarez, or at least where she can control her on the ground. But this fight will be interesting if it ever gets to the ground. And I honestly think that it would be very hard for Maycee Barber to control Alexa Grasso on the ground. So we'll see what happens. But I think having the threat of the takedown and maybe getting Maycee down for a little bit and tagging her with a few elbows, show who the fuck is boss. I think that could really throw Maycee Barber off. Now, in the past, in certain fights, like against Jillian Robinson, Maycee's been able to fight off takedowns. But I don't know. Grasso's a pretty decent grappler. She may be able to get her down. But, again, the different sizes. And we'll see if Maycee's size and her takedown stopping ability, how much of a factor that will be in this fight. But yeah, definitely, if she can get, if it comes down to ground game, I'm going with Grasso all day. All right, Maycee Barber. So here's the number one thing that Maycee Barber has to absolutely do. It is arguably my biggest pet peeve with Maycee Barber. And that's keeping her fucking hands up. Because you see what happens when you don't keep your hands up. You get knocked, the silly putty. That's exactly what the fuck happens to you. And in the first round of this fight against J.J. Aldrich, she was just getting schooled, beaten and battered. I mean, it was just ridiculous, the amount of strikes that she was taking to her face. So Maycee Barber definitely, number one, she has to keep her hands up. She has to keep her damn hands up. Now, just getting dropped. And so the second round of this fight started, how the first round was, Maycee Barber was just getting tagged, right? Over and over. But what she did in that J.J. Aldrich fight to adjust to Aldrich is what she probably needs to do early in the fight against Grasso, which is make it a dirty fight. And the easiest way to do that is to get in the clinch. You need to get in the clinch. Get in that clinch. Use elbows. Pull Grasso's head in if you can. Elbows, like I said, hit her off the break. And I honestly think if you look back at the fight against J.J. Aldrich, that even before Maycee caught her with that magnificent overhand left, which stunned the fuck out of Aldrich, I think she was already hurt from the clinch. So it almost seemed like she just walked into it. But I think the inside work is what truly broke down J.J. Aldrich. And, when it comes down to, who wants it the most, Grasso was going to have to really go in there with a kill or be killed attitude because we've seen Maycee Barber in the past look like she's about to be finished, and then she just hawks up and just catches somebody and slowly starts to figure out the timing of her opponent. And that's why Grasso is definitely going to have to mix up her methods and the way that she moves around with her footwork, which is one more point I want to mention before I end this, in terms of what Grasso needs to do. But in terms of Maycee, I think what Maycee should do in this fight is she needs to not only time, she needs to time Grasso in a way where she's throwing with her. Don't necessarily try to beat her, because you're not. She's a faster striker. But if she can time her, if she can fucking time her, I'm telling you, this whole fight can turn around. And this is one of the few things that me and No Filter MMA agree on 100%. Maycee Barber has the type of power in this division that can alter a fight. And as you see, Maycee has a killer instinct. And once you hurt, she's coming to finish you. And I could probably show you the rest of the sequence, but you knew what happened. Maycee took her fucking head off and just beat the hell out of Aldridge after that. So I'm really excited about this fight. I've decided 60-40 for Alexa Grasso. I think her footwork is going to be too much for Maycee. The boxing, I think she's going to frustrate her. I think Maycee's attempts to get her to the ground are likely going to fail completely, and there's not going to be much success on the ground. But again, Maycee has a good chance if she can get into this fight and make it a real, real fight and clinch all over the damn fucking octagon. Just clinch up every opportunity. Try to stop Grasso from being free, fluid, and striking. But so that's my pick. That's the end of my breakdown. This is Savage W, MMA fan, and I'm out.